Hey guys, it's Sid again, and like I promised, here's a video showing you how to make an arrow into a smoke grenade. And all we have to do that is place one redstone and then shoot our arrow. Now you may notice there's a squid. In case you haven't, here he is. So this is the first one, the one I showed yesterday. I modified one little thing, and this uses the /particle command here. I can tighten it up a little bit, and so it will change how our explosion looks. See, it's much tighter now. But same principle. It's a squid. It's a squid emitting smoke. And that's because when I made this back in 03B, I think it was, there was a glitch with these @E selectors where you could not have type equals arrow. You had to use something else. I know because I tested. I wanted to just shoot an arrow and have that do smoke, but you could not do a particle on an arrow, so I used a squid. So basically the setup, we've got a rapid clock, a huge explosion particle on a squid, and the syntax for that, you've probably seen it, but here it is. So this is the particle name, and if you want to just get a list of those, hit tab, and that's all of them. But they're all different. They're the different particles you see. Anyways, X, this is just the location, I guess, relative to you, or in this case, relative to the squid. This is the size. Like, all of the particles have to start within a certain box bounded by these limits. So, like, if I were to say 0 and 0, and then we do this, it will, it doesn't work very well for this explosion. But if we change it to maybe what's a good particle? Fireworks spark. So normally these spread out all over the place, but since we've confined it to 0 there, if we go fireworks spark, okay. Yeah, so as you can see, they're in a very, very tight box around the squid on the X and Z coordinates. And so we're going to put them back out to the sides, and it should be kind of all around them, yep. So that's the binding box. This right here is the speed, which is what speed the particle plays at. You can make them play in slow motion. For particles like an explosion, I guess, would be a good example. So it plays in slow motion. If I had that set to like 10, the explosion would only last a very, very brief amount of time. So I want that set longer to create a smoke-like effect. The next one is count, and that's how many times we're going to play the explosion effect. If we put it in a couple more times, it's going to be a lot thicker smoke. Now there is a bit of a problem where the particles don't render beyond, it looks like, what is our coordinate, 1081? Yeah, 16 block limit on particle rendering, and I don't know what that's about. But he didn't even make his little death particles there, so keep that in mind. But how it works, it tests for an arrow in the ground. If it finds that, it summons a squid there with regen, high-level regen potion, to keep him alive for a little bit longer. And then if it does summon a squid, it will allow these to go. It'll teleport the squid to the arrow, and then once again, you couldn't kill the arrows before, so you just teleported them through the floor and they disappear. Now this one is a more updated version, because now we can use arrows. And so it didn't work because this command is missing. So you may have noticed a slight discontinuity. That's because I am showing you this command block here, but originally when I showed it, it was empty. Then I tried the wrong command 5 times in a row. Or 5 different wrong commands, thought was a glitch. Okay, so here's the right command. Execute at E type equals arrow, on the arrow, particle, huge explosion, and then our parameters for that. You cannot just do particle huge explosion on an arrow still. That's still a thing. You probably didn't hear me say that the first time because that's why I just deleted, but as was the thing with the squid, oh, I guess I did say it, but no. No at E type equals arrow at the end of particle there because it be hatin'. Anyways, after the arrow is fired and it summons its first particle, this will turn on. And what this is going to do is toggle the state of this little clock here. And the items are going to flow into here. Once all 20 have flowed, then this comparator will turn off, turning on this, activating this command block, and this is the most complicated way you can possibly kill an arrow. You can place this entire command if you want with kill at E type equals arrow. I just want to play around with that execute command. You might be able to kill the arrow. I'm not sure if they fixed that, but here's the smoke arrow. And here's this clock. Yep, and so it's resetting now. Now the problem with this one here, if you have a whole bunch of arrows out at the same time, it's going to kill them all at the exact same moment. And if it's only halfway done resetting the counter, the arrow won't last as long. So after giving it some further thought, I found the best way to make this work. This is a squid one again, but I made it significantly smaller, as you can see, with the help of our new commands. So changes, this is the same. Test for an arrow on the ground. When it finds one, it will summon a squid. Then I change this from a comparator to a repeater. After it summons the squid, basically this is the main purpose of this is so that these ones will turn off because they weren't turning off. But it will teleport the squid. Now C equals 1, I think that's the oldest squid, but if I make 2 squids, it'll only teleport the one that's still sitting on the command block. So C equals 1 to arrow C equals -1, and that is the newest arrow. So the squid just summoned goes to the newest arrow, and then we get rid of the arrow. And so we do that, and that, and that, and so we can have multiple smoke effects going on at once. We can't spam it super fast because there's the repeaters in there, but we can go pretty quick. Woo! 1 FPS. Okay, well, see ya.